Chief Dozie was desperate for a son to carry on his legacy. His first wife, Nneka, only gave him daughters. Then came Oma, young, greedy, and cunning, who promised him a son by any means necessary. But when she visited a fake prophet and became pregnant, the result shocked the entire village. She gave birth to a monkey. This powerful African folktale is packed with drama, suspense, action, comedy, and a twist that teaches a deep moral lesson. You won't believe what happens when karma catches up with those who chase wealth through evil means. Chief Dozie was the richest man in Oduoma village. He owned many houses, cars, farmlands, and even a big palm oil factory. People respected him and called him Odogun anytime he passed by. But Chief Dozie had one big problem. He had no son. His first wife, Nneka, had given him three beautiful daughters, Ada, Ifeoma, and Kamsi, but not a single boy, even though the girls were smart and kind. Chief Dozie always looked sad when he saw other men with their sons. He wanted someone to carry on his name and inherit his wealth. One evening, as the sun was setting over the village, Chief Dozie sat in his compound, frowning and drinking palm wine. What will I do with all my wealth if I don't have a son? He muttered. Nneka brought him dinner, hot pounded yam and egusi soup, but he barely touched it. He stared at the sky, deep in thought. He didn't know that someone was watching him from behind the fence, a woman whose eyes were filled with greed and a wicked plan. Her name was Oma. Please like and share this video. Subscribe and put on post notification bell to enable you get notified anytime I post a new one here. So guys, let's continue. Alma was a young woman who loved money more than anything. She always wore tight dresses, painted her nails bright colors, and walked like she owned the village. When Chief Dozie passed by, she would smile sweetly and greet him with a loud, "Good morning, Chief." She had been planning for a long time how to enter Chief Dozier's house, and now she saw her chance. One morning, Oma visited Chief Dozier's compound with a basket of fresh fruits. She claimed she brought them as a gift to thank him for helping her uncle years ago. Chief Dozie smiled, flattered by her words. Nneka watched from inside, not liking how close the young woman was getting to her husband. Within weeks, Oma was visiting every other day. She cooked, cleaned, and pretended to be humble. Then one night, Chief Dozie shocked everyone. He announced he was taking Oma as his second wife. After the marriage, Oma moved into the compound and wasted no time. She began calling herself Lolo Oma and acted like a queen. She cooked special meals just for Chief Dozie and whispered sweet things in his ears. One day, while they were walking together, she said, "Chief, I will give you what Nneka could not, a young son." Chief Dozier's eyes lit up. From that day, he treated Oma like a golden egg. He gave her jewelries, new clothes, and even built a small shop for her. Nneka tried to stay calm, but she could see the changes. Her daughters were confused too. "Why is daddy not playing with us like before?" Kamsi asked one day. Nneka only smiled and said, "Sometimes people forget what matters most." Alma soon discovered it was not so easy to just get pregnant. Months passed and nothing happened. Afraid of losing her place in Chief's heart, she visited a strange prophet who lived at the edge of the village. He wore long white robes and always covered his face with red scarf. "You want a son?" he asked, smiling with yellow teeth. Alma nodded quickly. The prophet told her that the spirit demanded a special connection to open her womb. Oma, desperate and greedy, agreed to everything he said. That night, the fake prophet did something evil. He slept with her and told her the spirit had entered her body. The next month, Oma found out she was pregnant. She rushed home with joy, shouting, "It has happened! I will give Chief Dozie a son." After the news of her pregnancy, Oma became worse. She insulted Nneka in front of visitors and called her daughters useless chickens. She told Chief Dozie to stop eating Nneka's food because it had no blessing. Slowly, Chief Dozie began ignoring his first wife. He didn't even notice when his daughters stopped smiling. One day, during a family meal, Oma poured water on Nneka's food and laughed. "This one no deserve plate. She never born boy." Nneka heard her tears and quietly walked away, but the villagers began to notice. "Why is Chief Dozie allowing this nonsense?" they whispered. "That Oma has brought wahala into the house." But Chief Dozie was blinded by the hope of his son. He couldn't see the storm that was about to come. Oma's stomach began to grow, and with it, her pride. She walked around the compound like a peacock, always knobbing her belly and saying, "My prince is coming." She no longer helped with house chores or cooking. "A woman carrying a future king must rest," she would say loudly. Chief Dozie nodded at everything she said as if under a spell. Meanwhile, Nneka and her daughters were treated like strangers in their own house. One evening, Oma threw Nneka's clothes out of the bedroom and moved in with Chief Dozie. "Go sleep with your girls, barren woman," she hissed. The villagers were shocked. Some tried to warn Chief Dozie, but he refused to listen. "She's just jealous because Oma is pregnant," he said. But deep inside, Nneka prayed every night for peace and justice. As her pregnancy grew, Oma started having strange dreams. In one, she was in the forest surrounded by monkeys. In another, the fake prophet was laughing while holding a monkey baby. She would wake up sweating and screaming, but she refused to tell anyone, not even Chief Dozie. Instead, she wore more makeups, louder clothes, and kept pretending everything was fine. One night, Oma screamed so loudly that the whole compound woke up. "They want to steal my baby," she cried. Chief Dozie ran to her side, confused and frightened. Nneka stood by her door, watching silently. The next morning, the village women started gossiping. "A pregnant woman screaming like that? Something is not right." But Oma laughed and said, "They are jealous of my blessing." The time for delivery finally came. Oma's water broke in the early hours of the morning. Chief Dozie rushed her to the village health center, but hours passed and the baby didn't come. Days turned to night, and night into another day. Oma cried in pains, but the midwife couldn't understand what was wrong. "She is in labor, but something is blocking the baby," she said. By the third day, everyone was afraid. The elders were called. One old woman whispered, "This kind of suffering only happens when a woman is hiding something evil." Chief Dozie was sweating, confused, and helpless. "What are they talking about?" he asked. But Oma just screamed louder and refused to speak. The compound was quiet, heavy with fear and questions. The village priestess was finally called. She arrived in a red wrapper, beads around her neck, and a staff in hand. She placed a calabash on the floor and spoke in riddles. "If you swallowed evil to get good, speak now or pain will continue," she warned. Oma cried, screamed, and shook her head, but the pain only got worse. At last, with tears and shame, Oma confessed in front of everyone. "It was the prophet," she cried. "I let him lie with me so I could get pregnant and give Chief Dozie a son." The crowd gasped. Nneka covered her mouth in shock. Chief Dozie stepped back as if thunder had hit him. "You did what?" he shouted. But before he could say more, Oma let out one final scream and the baby arrived. The room went silent. The midwife unwrapped the cloth and stared. Then she screamed. In her hands was not a human baby, but a monkey with a tiny tail, hairy face, and red eyes. People outside ran in and grasped. Some shouted, some fainted. Chief Dozie couldn't believe his eyes. What is this? He whispered, falling to his knee. Oma was too weak to speak. She lay there, tears mixed with sweat and shame. The priestess shook her head. You tried to force nature, she said, and now nature has punished you. Chief Dozie stood up slowly. He looked at Nneka and his daughters. For the first time in a long while, he realized how blind he had been. Alma, the woman who had promised him a prince, had brought disgrace instead. News spread like wildfire across Uduama village. Oma gave birth to a monkey, villagers whispered as they gathered in groups. Some laughed, some were scared, and others shook their heads in disbelief. Children pointed at Chief Dozier's compound whenever they walked past. His once honored name had become the talk of the town for the wrong reason. Chief Dozier stayed inside for days. He refused to go out or speak to anyone. His palm wine went sour. His clothes stayed unfolded. Oma, weak and full of shame, was moved to a small room at the back of the compound. Even the monkey baby was taken away by the elders to the forest. No one wanted to look at her. She had become a disgrace not only to the chief but to the whole village. The village elders held a meeting under the big Iroko tree. This is not ordinary, the oldest man said. A woman cannot deceive her husband, sleep with a fake prophet, and bring shame upon us all. They agreed that Oma must leave the village. She has polluted Chief Dozier's home. Let her go before the gods become angry. That evening, Chief Dozie, dressed in plain white, stood in front of his compound with a heavy heart. He called Oma. You must leave this place, he said. Oma fell to her knees, crying and begging, but it was too late. Even the women refused to defend her. She was sent out with a small bag and a wrapper tied across her shoulder. People watched as she walked away, some in silence, others in relief. After Oma's departure, the compound became peaceful again. Nneka went back to her quiet life, caring for her daughters and cleaning the house. Chief Dozie began to see her in a new light. She never insulted me, he thought, even when I treated her like nothing. He started eating her food again, smiling at her and asking about the guests. But Nneka didn't change. She didn't hold grudges or laugh at Oma's fall. Instead, she continued praying each night, thanking God for wisdom and peace. One morning, as she was sweeping the compound, she felt a strange movement in her stomach. She paused, dropped the broom, and smiled gently. Something was different. The news came like sweet music. Nneka was pregnant. Chief Dozie couldn't believe it. Are you serious? He asked the nurse 3 times. Nneka simply smiled, her hand resting on her stomach. The entire village rejoiced. Even people who had once mocked her came to dance and bring gifts. Drummers played at their compound gate, and neighbors sang, Odogu go soon get son. During the pregnancy, Chief Dozie treated Nneka like gold. He followed her everywhere, brought her soup, and told everyone that his happiness had returned. His daughters hugged their mother daily, praying for a little brother. Nneka, calm and graceful, thanked God every morning, saying, when the time is right, everything will fall into places. Finally, the day arrived. The sky was clear, and the birds were singing loudly. Nneka gave birth to a bouncing baby boy, strong, healthy, and handsome. Chief Dozie danced in the hospital yard like a child, throwing money into the air. The whole village gathered to celebrate. There was rice, meat, music, and laughter. Even the village masquerade came out to bless the child. From a distance, hiding behind a tree, Oma watched the celebration. Her clothes were dusty, her face pale. She held on to a small stick for support as tears rolled down her cheeks. That should have been me, she whispered, but it was too late. The real blessing has come not through lies and wickedness, but through patience, love, and truth. Moral lessons. Greed and desperation can blind a person to truth and lead them down a path of shame. In life, shortcuts to success, especially through deceit or spiritual manipulation, often end in regret. Oma's desire for power, wealth, and recognition made her betray trust, mock others, and break sacred boundaries. But karma never sleeps. Patience, kindness, and integrity, like Nneka's, may be quiet, but in the end, they shine the brightest. This story teaches us that what is truly yours will never pass you by, and evil done in secret will always come to light. If you have watched till the end, thank you for watching. And to my returning subscribers, you are the real G of this channel. To you coming across this channel for the very first time, hi guys, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. Put on post notification bell so you always get notified anytime I post a new one here. Like and share this video and also let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you for watching Folktale with Chinelo.